I've been dreaming of a white Christmas. That's not the kind of white Christmas I was hoping for. Well, welcome back to another episode of Epic Cars, and do you believe it? It is Christmas morning and I'm wearing shorts in Oklahoma. It is going to be close to 80 degrees today. It was 80 degrees yesterday. It's supposed to be like 82 degrees tomorrow, and it's Christmas, so go figure. Well, I was hoping for a white Christmas this year, and this Christmas message is for all those out there that wished for a white Christmas. Well, Santa has a little bit of a bad sense of humor in the fact that he gave me a kind of a different white Christmas. And as you can tell from the bottle I'm holding, this is a bottle of Bars Leaks Head Gasket Fix. And my Christmas present this year was supposed to be a 2004 GMC K2500 four-wheel drive Duramax diesel. Duramax, man, Duramax. I've never had a Duramax before, so this was kind of a cool thing. I actually bought this truck about 8 months ago, with the intentions of making it my daily driver, and was really excited about it, and it all kind of fell apart from there, which has led us to today testing out whether this Bars Leaks is actually going to work. We obviously have some major head gasket issues. Heads are warped, head gaskets are blown, maybe even a crack in the block. We had sent it to our mechanic who had worked on it for about 3 weeks, replaced the front water pump assembly, thermostat assembly, things like that, to try to fix what he thought and what we thought was the leak issue, which was the front of this engine, which these 2004 Duramaxes kind of have a history of doing that. And so we spent some time and money replacing that just to see if we could get the engine running. Well, sure enough, we got the engine running, and he calls me with really bad news, or actually calls Chandler with really bad news and says, "Nah, this thing needs a full head gasket replacement." And so we were like, well, we'll go pick it up on a trailer, bring it home, see how bad it is, maybe try out this so we can educate some of our viewers out there on, does this actually work? Does this voodoo in this bottle actually work? And let's just see how, what happens. So what you're going to be seeing next is us basically going through the process of putting this in, seeing what happens. And at the end of the video, I'm going to start this bad boy up, and let's see if Santa Claus actually visited me last night. I either got a really nice present of a non-smoking Duramax, or I got a piece of coal in the fact that it's, instead of rolling coal, it's rolling a lot of white smoke. Well, we got Duramax back from the mechanic, and that's no bueno.
Look at that.
Chandler just got a nice surprise when he opened up that and got everything all over the place because it built up so much pressure. You can see it's not running very good either. So that's what it looks like. Oh yeah. That is no bueno. So we're gonna try the Bars leak and see what happens. Back here seeking safety while we open this cap, because last time it's spewed everywhere. So he's doing it. I think it's off. Look at that.
That's stupid.
That is stupid.
All that hype for nothing.
You got it out on the first try. On the first time. Yeah, look at all this. Just stuff everywhere. And that's all brown and gross. And alright, Bars is going in. Pouring the whole bottle. So we run it for 15 minutes. Let it cool, then start it back up again, I believe. I'll have to read the instructions, but you kind of go through 2 or 3 of those cycles where you're heating it up, letting it cool, heating it up, letting it cool, and then we should see the smoke go away. Woo! It doesn't like to be started. Yikes. I don't know if Bars is gonna fix that. He said black smoke first. Holy cow. Yeah, I don't think Bars is gonna fix this. It's just puking it out over here. Yeah. Maybe just because we overfilled it too. All right, we'll let it run for 15 minutes and see what happens. Okay, we did the upside down oil filler cap, and it's not blowing it off. I mean, so blow by is not crazy. I mean, there's obviously a little bit of smoke, but there's no pressure coming out. It's just sitting there. That's interesting. It's still smoking like crazy. But we're only about 5 minutes into the test, so let's just keep seeing what happens. Put that back on. It's still puking out of the overflow. The guy gave us this huge piece of stack for pipe for building stacks for doing a job, a car repair job. So Chandler just put it on the smoker here so we can get a. That sounds pretty good.
Head gasket's still on.
Sounds nice though. Keep the smoke away from us pretty good right there. That is crazy. Yeah, I don't think this stuff's gonna work. Now, why am I standing in front of a black and gray 1994 K3500 1 ton? So that's a 3/4 ton, this is a 1 ton. Well, I got another Christmas miracle this year in the fact that, guys, I didn't think my dad would be alive today. He was put on hospice about 3-4 weeks ago. And I didn't think he'd be here this morning. So I got my own Christmas miracle. And it has nothing to do with trucks, it has nothing to do with things, it has to do with the people that are around you. And by God's grace, he's here with me this morning, and that's awesome. But what's cool is I'd actually sold this truck to my dad and my mom, I don't know, probably about 6-8 months ago. And he was looking at this truck as kind of his way to rehab back and kind of get back into life. He's had a really tough couple of years. He was really excited. I couldn't even believe it. I was actually taking this truck to an auction that day. Literally that day, I'd gone down to my parents' house to help them with some stuff around the house or something, and I was going to go take the truck that day to an auction to sell it. And I told my dad, hey, you know, I drove this truck down because I was just kind of making sure things still worked and all that good stuff, and you know, no last minute issues I needed to deal with before it went to the auction. And he's like, what are you driving today? And I was like, well, I'm driving this truck that I'm selling. I mean, it was all cleaned up, all that good stuff. He goes outside and I'm telling him the story of it, how it's literally the nicest OBS Chevy I've ever seen in my life. I mean, this is literally the nicest truck I've ever seen. And the fact that it's a 1-ton crew cab diesel 4-wheel drive in the condition that it's in is just pretty much amazing. I expected to, you know, make a lot of money, you know, as far as selling it, make a lot of money for an OBS Chevy. 6.5 diesel Chevy. He's like, well, what are you trying to get out of it? And so I told him, well, this is what I'd like to get, you know, this is probably what I will get type thing. And he said, well, how much would you sell it to me for? And it kind of caught me off guard, and I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, how much would you sell it to me for right now? And I was like, so I'm looking at my mom like, are we really, I mean, is this a real deal? Because like dad couldn't really drive very well. I mean, he's had a lot of health issues, and mom kind of was like, yeah, you know, shook her head like it's okay. And so I threw out a price, gave him obviously a pretty good family discount, and boom, he bought it. And so I was like, wow, okay, that's cool, because it's literally the nicest one I've ever seen in my life, and it's getting to stay in the family, and more importantly, it's giving dad some motivation to try to, you know, get better and start doing things, start living life again. After his health issues. So that was a really cool thing. Well, over the last 6 months, my dad's health condition has gotten worse and worse and worse. And I think physically, my dad has only driven this truck 1 time. Well, the other day I was down there and we were talking about end of life. I mean, literally talking about those really tough decisions that you have to make when you're facing not being here anymore. And one of those was, well, son, I don't think I'm ever going to drive that truck again. So will you help mom and I sell it? And I said, well, Dad, I'll do one better. I'm not gonna sell it to somebody else. I'm gonna buy it. You know, even though he only drove it one time, even though he's only owned it for about 6 months, it was gonna have obviously a pretty special place in my heart, especially if my dad had passed away. Well, lo and behold, Christmas miracle comes along, and Dad actually is getting better. A lot of prayer, a lot of thoughts have gone towards my dad. A lot of doctors, things like that, have done some pretty miraculous things. More importantly, God has done it, and he is alive and well today. So, the sentimental journey of me owning my dad's truck, that he's passed away, is not there, but that's okay. I still own a really cool truck, and more importantly, I've got my dad, and my dad is here. It's Christmas morning, 2021. And I don't know how much longer I'll have Dad. No one knows. All of us expected, including the physicians, everybody expected him to pass away probably 2 weeks ago. And the fact that he's still here is amazing. So I'm thankful for my dad this morning. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for America, for the country we live in, the freedoms that we have to kind of do this crazy stuff. If I can pass on one thing to you guys, it's not about the stuff. It's not about it. It's about other things in life. And my personal testimony is it's about God first and foremost, but it's about family too. And I'm very grateful to have both of those things this Christmas morning. So guys, are we rolling coal or are we rolling snow? We'll see, but stay tuned. Gasket in a bottle actually working. I can tell you this, significantly less smoke. Now, obviously, since you can look back at the video that I was showing you just a little bit ago, that is a lot less smoke. Now, still a significant amount of smoke, but let me give it a little bit of gas and see what happens here. Well, I would say that the smoke production is probably down, I don't know, 50%, but it's still pretty significant. Ooh, look at this. Yeah, I got coal pulling out. Santa brought me some coal. I guess I was a bad boy last year. And, it's getting worse. So, what am I going to do with Duramax? Well, I'm selling it. I'm not going to take the time to put money into it and fix it. I got my dad's truck right over here that's obviously going to foot the bill for my daily driver and so forth. I would love to have had a Duramax, but it looks like it's not in the cards. To fix that, guys, it's a body off deal, and it's probably $4 or $5 grand to fix head gaskets. To send it out to have somebody else do it, and I don't have the talents to do that myself. So probably just going to sell it as is, as a running and driving truck. Let somebody else mess with the head gaskets. Maybe somebody can really, jump on this and kind of do it at home for a couple of grand. And they have a really nice Duramax truck. That'd be a pretty good truck for everybody to use. So if you're interested in a blown head gasket Duramax 2004, here it is. It'll be up for sale in the next few days. So keep an eye out on Facebook. And guys, God bless. Christmas morning, and I'm standing here in shorts. I didn't get my Christmas wish. Wish I would have. Santa, I must have done something wrong this last year. That's okay. But you know what? I got a lot of other things to be very grateful for this Christmas. So guys, Merry Christmas. Epic Cars, baby. We're about 2 days away from Christmas. Yeah, it's December 23rd. And I've been dreaming of a white Christmas. That's not the kind of white Christmas I was hoping for.